Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. This, you see this right here? This is the tears from all the doubters, all the haters of Mitchell Trubisky, man. Hold on, let me take a little sip. Delicious. Delicious. You want to know something? I've been the one guy vouching for Mitchell since day one, since he took his spot as our starting QB. Did I like him on draft night? No. I went back and I've said I'm wrong. But my man just proved me right today. He's the guy. He's the guy. Hate him all you want. Hate him all you want. Like I said, it's never been a Mitchell Trubisky problem. It's always been things around him. Today, Mitchell Trubisky, in the fourth quarter, put up 21 points on his own. Not with the running backs. Not off a kick return. Not off of defensive getting pick sixes. Did Kyle Fuller help? Yes. But 21 points. Who made the big plays when needed? Money Mitch. Money Mitch. You're welcome. I've been telling you. Guess what? I'm right. What's new? What's new? I'm always right. I'm always right. I'm so glad. We ended up coming back here. We were down 23-6 going into the fourth quarter. And guess what, fellas? We won 27-23 because of Mitch. Mitch completed 20 passes for 36 attempts. Now, I do want to go over some of these incompletions. We had 2 drops that should have been touchdowns by Jimmy Graham. So Jimmy Graham actually on the day should have had 4 touchdowns. He only had 1. One of them came up short of a touchdown, but he should have had 4. Miller and Kmet both had 2 plays each, I believe, where they miscommunicated with Trubisky, and Trubisky thought they were going on a different route than what they actually did. So that's not 100% on Trubisky. And then we had the pass to Allen Robinson. He stepped up into the pocket, and he delivered it. And Allen Robinson, a little bit too far for Allen Robinson, but I like the decision. He put it where only the receiver could get it. It was a very accurate pass right where it needed to be. It was just a little bit too fast and a little bit just outside the fingertips. That's fine. That's fine. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7 passes that can be automatically taken away from this. So I would say he's 20 for 29. And that's a good game. That is a good game. So whether or not you want to play the narrative of, well, he's not a great player at completing passes, you can't help what your receivers are making mistakes. That's simple. That's simple. And before we get on, you know what we do when the Bears win, don't you? We got to play the song. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Make every play with the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears. With the fight, with the might so fearlessly. We'll never forget the way you thrilled the nation. With your T formation. Bear down, Chicago Bears. And let them know while you're wearing the crown. You're the pride and joy of Illinois, Chicago Bears. Bear down, down, Chicago Bears. And with the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears. With the fight, with the might so fearlessly. We'll never forget the way you thrilled the nation. With your T formation, bear down, Chicago Bears, and let them know why you're wearing the crown. You're the pride and joy of Illinois, Chicago Bears, bear down. We did it, fellas. We did it. We did it. All Mitch is back. I do want to go over some of the stats, though. We did have DeMont. He put up 64 yards on 13 carries. I did like seeing what we got out of DeMont. I like the patience that we saw out of DeMont. He had a couple of good runs where he's patient to wait for the holes to open. Thank you for being one of the more patient backs, DeMont. I actually love you. Tariq Cohen even got involved in the run game. That was one concern I had last season. We did not utilize him as much as I think we should have in the run game. 41 yards off 7 carries. Absolutely good stuff for my boy Cohen. Then we have Money Mitch, 3 carries for 26 yards. I do think the pass that he had on Robinson, he could have maybe got a first down, maybe 10, 12 yards there. But at the end of the day, solid job from Mitch, too. And then we had CP, Cordero Patterson, 4 carries for 19 yards. I do like using him in the run game as well. And we even got Allen Robinson involved in the run game with a rush for -1 yard. Now, this is the surprising one. We got the receiving. Our receiving was led by a receiver with 4 receptions, 1 big one for a touchdown, and that is the guy that I've been saying dropped passes. He dropped a few early. I think he dropped maybe 1 or 2 early, but he made a bobbling catch late in the game. He made a big catch that ended up winning us the game. Anthony Miller, props to you, my good sir. Thank you. Thank you for making the big play. Thank you. Next, we got Allen Robinson, 5 receptions for 74 yards. Very, very big day for Robinson. Not putting up touchdowns, but very consistent. One of the more middle to deep threats that Trubisky has. It will be interesting seeing him. Somebody that I really did like to see out there was Darnell Mooney. He had 3 receptions for 38 yards. He did not drop a pass. Really, really good to see him get involved. There was one play where he hit like a back step hesitation and got maybe an extra 5 or 6 yards. Beautiful. Loved it. Jimmy Graham, he did drop a few passes. Like I said, he should have had 4 touchdowns. He only had 1. 3 grabs, 25 yards. But Jimmy Graham came up when we needed him to, so I'm not even going to get on Jimmy Graham's case. You know I'm not the biggest Jimmy Graham fan, but I'm not going to get on his case. Next, we had a 12-yard reception from Cordero, who I think should be implemented more in the offense. He is really good. He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife for us. Who else do we have? We had David Montgomery with 1 reception for 10 yards. I like using him in the pass game. I like Cohen a little bit more in the pass game. Cohen had 2 for 6 yards. They didn't even really throw it down the field for Cohen. It was just short little screen plays. Then we had Javon Wims with a 1-yard reception for a touchdown. Nice to see the Georgia Bulldog get his first official NFL touchdown. I know he has had some in the preseason, but I'm pretty sure this is his first official touchdown in the NFL. And then we had Ted Ginn, Demetrius Harris, and Cole Kmet all not come down with a pass, even though they were targeted. We did have 1 fumble. It's from Mitch. The offensive line played horrible this game, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm actually surprised that we actually won this game because the offensive line was abysmal, to be quite honest with you. Next, we had a pretty good game defensively. We had a pick from Kyle Fuller, which was late in the game. It ended up giving us the game-winning drive. Very good stuff. Jalen Johnson, he actually did get 2 deflections. He had a rough day getting started. Just Stafford went right at him. They knew he was a rookie. I think he had maybe 1 or 2. I know he had 1 penalty. He might have had 2. But they were really just targeting him early. But in the end, Jalen Johnson was the one that got the game-winning bat away. A pass in the end zone, he swatted that one away. So good stuff from Jalen Johnson out of Utah. Buster Screen, he actually looked like he was going to have a pick early on and ended up getting a deflection there. So good stuff defensively from those guys. Then we have Tayshaun Gibson. He really didn't get any sacks or anything. He had 7 total tackles. Danny Trevathan had 7. Eddie Jackson was 6. Roquan had 7, and one of them was for loss. Jalen had 6. Buster had 4. Akeem Hicks had 1 sack, 4 tackles, and 1 tackle for loss. Obviously, the sack. Barkevius Mingo, I think he's going to be really good for us. I liked what I saw from him. He had 4. Kyle Fuller had 4. Like I said, interception earlier. Khalil Mack, he really didn't do much here. I will give him credit. He did get back there a few times and rush the quarterback Stafford, but he really had a quiet day for the most part. Then we had James Vaughters, who actually did get a tackle for loss in, I believe, the 4th quarter. A big stop there from Vaughters. He had 2 tackles on the day. Then we had Roy Robertson Harris with 2, John Jenkins with 2, and Bilal Nichols with 1. I don't know how Bilal had 1. I saw him around the quarterback and in the backfield multiple times. He didn't even have an assist, so I'm really confused as to how he only had 1. Kicking-wise, we had Cairo Santos. Actually, Eddie's hurt, so we had to get a new kicker, and Cairo Santos actually did put 2 up in there today. His long was 35. He was 3 for 3 from the extra point. Good stuff. We like to see that, especially as the Bears. We have nightmares of a certain individual, Cody Parkey, you little punk. We have nightmares, but good thing Cairo Santos put this in. Even though he was 4 for 9 last year, it doesn't matter. He's 2 for 2 this year for us. I don't care about anything prior, as long as he's making field goals for the Bears. Pat O'Donnell, he had 5 punts, average of 42. Cordero did okay in the return game. He had about 36 yards per return. His longest was 45. He did take 3. He was taking them from the back of the end zone. I actually didn't mind it because Cordero was like literally the only one coming out at half that looked like he wanted to play. But finally, we started to pick it up offensively. We started to build up some momentum, and my boy popped off in the fourth quarter. You know, my boy Mitch, Money Mitch, baby. And punt returns, we had Cohen with only 1 return. I'm scared every time this guy's on the punt return. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because sometimes he does some stupid stuff. Sometimes he fumbles it. Sometimes he's just not. I'm going to be honest with you. I put Cordero back there. But I understand Cordero. You can plug him in anywhere offensively. And you should plug him anywhere offensively. He can block. He can receive. He can run. Cordero's an absolute Swiss Army knife if I've ever seen one. He's literally a jack of all trades. He literally is. So putting Cohen back there might be the wisest idea. But Ted Ginn maybe could be another option. But Cohen, he's had his struggles with muffing punts and dropping kickoffs, so I'm a little hesitant every time I see somebody breathing down his neck because, let's be honest, Cohen, he very much capable of making the big play, but just he's smaller than everybody. I'm just waiting for that big hit that's gonna make him drop the ball. I've seen it a few times. I don't want to see it, so it just makes me hesitate every time he gets the return. But anyways, like I said, man, we got that 17-point comeback. All you haters, continue to cry, because I'll continue to drink on your tears, fellas. Dang, man. Dang. That's how you feel? That's how you feel. You're so mad that Mitchell Trubisky's successful that you're trying to choke me now? Let me get out of here, man. Let me get on out of here. I'll see you guys on the Monday Night Raw review, which will be more than likely my last one before I go for college. And I'll see you on Wednesday for the NFL predictions once again when we bear down, fellas. And before I mention, I got Patriots won today, so you know. And right now, actually, Brady's Bucks are playing in the back, so. Gotta go finish watch that game. But I'm gonna get this uploaded for you guys. And make sure you guys #bear down.